The Greek tragedy you're going to act and then discuss, if you're in the women's estate, is Sophocles' Antigone. Now, Sophocles was one of the three great Athenian playwrights. He composed over 100 tragedies, but we've only got 7. But one thing is really a common thread through all of them. One is, and that is that he's very interested in women. The second is that he had actually served himself in politics. He'd been one of the 10 generals who oversaw the state. He'd had to take decisions, take moral responsibility, show leadership. And all of his plays seem to focus on how people can be a good leader or a bad leader, how they can be a despot and a tyrant, or how they can actually listen to their citizens and be a constructive ruler. So the situation in Sophocles' Antigone is that there's been a civil war in a city called Thebes. There were 4 children of Oedipus and Jocasta. That was actually an incestuous union. They didn't know that they were son and mother. But they had 4 children, 2 boys and then 2 girls. The 2 boys fought over who should inherit the throne. They had been supposed to alternate it year by year, and one of the 2 refused to do that, called Eteocles. So they went to war and actually killed each other. The play opens the day after this, and these 2 young teenage girls, their sisters, Antigone and Ismene, and we don't know which is the older, are discussing the fact that their maternal uncle, who's suddenly taken power because there's a power vacuum, he's called Creon, he has said that the body of Polynices, who came to Thebes to besiege it with an army from elsewhere, must not be given burial. Now, Ismene is rather timorous and afraid, and she says, Antigone, we cannot go against the law. Our uncle has passed this law. What are you talking about? We're just women. We're going to get killed or tortured or imprisoned. We must not do that. And Antigone says, and the contemporary audience would have agreed with her, it is against the eternal laws of the gods and human decency to leave our kin unburied. I am going to go and bury him. And she does. She goes and finds the corpse of the brother who's supposed not to be buried. So King Creon is absolutely incandescent with rage. He's also even more mad at being worsted by a woman, and a very young woman at that. And because he's now their only surviving male adult relative, he's also their guardian. So he's got this teenage woman not only disobeying him and showing him up in public, but thoroughly humiliating him domestically as well. So you're going to have to act it to find out what happens. And then things to discuss are, was Creon right? Are there any circumstances where it's right to say you can't have a state funeral? We all know from the news that funerals that used to be in Northern Ireland can be complete flashpoints. Was he right to do that? Was Polynices a traitor coming against his own city? But more importantly, was Antigone right? Are there times when it is right to break the law? Are there ever times when family ties, loyalty to those we love, has got to be placed ahead of any civic law? Is she horrible to her sister? I think she probably is. Those family relationships are very much up for discussion. I think Creon is clearly proven to be wrong. He made a decision in haste, and in the decisions session, we're going to talk about that. And then he regretted it in the end, as you'll find out. But I hope you enjoy acting it. It is one of the greatest plays of all time.